Restoration is measures our integrity for leaving no trace. We come out here to the Playa and we make Burning Man happen, and we light artwork on fire and blow it up, and yet we leave no trace better than any major event in the world that we know. Actually, we're the largest practicing leave no trace event, and we're really proud of that fact. We were formerly known as the cleanup crew, and when I started managing it, I changed our name to Playa Restoration because that's really what we do. We're not here to clean up after people, and we're not here to take care of your trash and your garbage. We're here to restore the Playa to what it's supposed to look like. If that means we have to pick up every little bit of whatever debris, move matter out of place, then that's what we do. But leave no trace is up to all of Black Rock City. It's a fundamental part of us. It's been with us since we got here, and we're committed to it. As projects become larger in scale and more elaborate, more ambitious, what they leave behind ends up reflecting that, actually. So their leave no trace effort needs to equal in ambition, and especially with the larger scale projects. And what happens is they do good, but they could do better. They could do much better. A lot of times people think that a spot just goes away with one line sweep, and it doesn't. Really, what happens is it needs to be combed over repeatedly, and it needs to be raked, because the Playa and Burning Man, it all happens in layers, and so dust storms come in just layers and layers and layers and layers, and sometimes it'll take us 5 passes on a spot to actually make it perfect. And we would like to see that effort from the theme camps and the artwork.
How can they, in the scope of how much time they have on the Playa, really effectively clean their area?
They can do it better. They could do their best to not make a mess, which seems counterproductive to Burning Man. If you're going to be cutting up a lot of wood or whatever, you need to know that wood is going to be, we're still going to find that. It's going to be debris, it's going to be sawdust, it's going to be slivers, it's going to be wood chips. Even when you have firewood and you put it down on the Playa, and if you don't have a little protective layer, it's gonna just be bark on the Playa, and we pick that up. And a lot of people have a hard time thinking that that's moot just because it's wood, but it is. It doesn't belong here, and so it actually is a trace. So when we pick up all of it, and we would like people to really just step up their efforts and recognize wood as moot. They need to step up their efforts in terms of having a line sweep. In terms of, I would love to see a theme camp that had 300, 400 people at least have a line sweep of 100 people, or even 70 or something. But not this 10 or 8 or 4 people, and it's like the same rock stars the whole time. It's like, no, they're never gonna get it all. You need 100 or so. And even when we find an area to be green, like on the move map, we still find move. It's just not enough to slow us down. When something starts to slow us down, that's when we start tracking. That's when we really notice, it's like, wow, this is really slowing our progress. And when something's red or even black, it's like red 10 times over. It's like we're spending way too much time here, way too many man hours. That's 70 people on their hands and knees on this place, and we've all been here for about an hour. We're gonna come back, and then we're there for an hour again. And that could have been their people. What inspires me most about this job is that the event is a leave no trace event, and that people come here with intention of leaving no trace, and that we can back. We can back their effort. We can back your effort. I've been approached by other events to lead their cleanup or whatever, and I said, well, are you a Leave No Trace event? And they're like, no, we're a rock concert. And I'm like, I can't help you, because that's just not what I do. I'm inspired by doing this here, and I'm inspired by helping out at the different regional events and whatnot. That's what inspires me, is that it's our culture and our community, our principles, and that we're backing that. We're here to back that effort, and I think that's what really makes us shine. When you do that, when you have a burn here at Burning Man, or Flipside, or Nowhere, or Kiwi Burn, or anywhere in the world, and we might be in an area where the locals, the story seems to be the same. It's like, nobody knows who we are, or they've heard, and they think they have all these preconceived notions about what burners are or might be, and these crazy people or whatnot. And then what happens is they go and check out the area afterwards, and they can't believe that some kind of Burning Man-ish event happened there. It's like the fire happened responsibly, and Leave No Trace happened responsibly. And you go to these rock concerts, and you're just swimming in like cans and sludge and just trash. And that's just not the way it is here. And that's what people default to when they think about events happening. So they have a hard time thinking that Burning Man, which is one of the craziest of crazy events, when that happens, that it doesn't look like what a rock concert looks like at the end of it. But it doesn't. It looks really good afterwards, actually. The Black Rock City does a really great job. The citizens do a great job leaving no trace, and I think they feel it when they come here. And that's really great when we go out into the regional events, and that happens in all the different local communities, where people are like, wow, I can't believe how beautiful the land still looks. Like, it looks great. And that's what it's about. I feel like there is no trace. We were never here. It never happened, but it did.